Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Growing Up Blue, where I post weekly vlogs about my Australian cattle dog puppy Rocket and take you along on our training journey and puppy adventures. Today I'm going to be showing you how we feed our blue heeler puppy. So before we get started, if you can't already tell from the title of this video and the alternate intro, today will be a Halloween or spooky inspired themed video. I know that Halloween was a few days ago, but time is weird right now in this pandemic world, so why not extend the holiday for a few days and get some cute pictures of Rocket in a puppy costume. So when feeding Rocket, we've really been trying to keep him entertained as well as preventing any possible food aggression or guarding that could happen. He's also a pretty fast eater and doesn't really like to chew, so these methods all slow him down and make him take his time and make sure he doesn't swallow any food whole. So with all of these methods that I'm going to be showing you, we try and alternate them throughout the day or throughout the week to mix it up for Rocket and keep him stimulated. As I go through the methods, I'm also going to be listing them and what I think is the least stimulating specific to Rocket to the most mentally stimulating. So this might vary depending on your puppy, what kind of puppy you have, or just like who they are. But for Rocket, this list is going to show you what really keeps him entertained and what doesn't keep him entertained as long. Okay, so first I will show you the puzzle bowl. So this is a really cool bowl. A lot of people use it actually when their dogs are too fast of eaters. And like I just mentioned, Rocket kind of inhales his food and doesn't really chew. So this slows him down and it forces him to really work in all these grooves here and get his tongue in there. And it's kind of deep. When he was a puppy, he struggled a bit with this because his mouth wasn't exactly the right shape yet to fit in here. But now that he's older, this is a great way to slow him down. Next up, we have dog puzzle games. So I have this one here and I have this one. And honestly, for both of these, it takes Rocket about 3 seconds to solve them. So they don't occupy him that long. Now he does have to think about it, but honestly, sometimes I think that he just cheats, and especially with this one, if he just slams his paw on it enough, the little bones will pop up and he'll get the food underneath. We probably just need to find some higher level puzzles that will keep him occupied for longer, maybe with some locks or, drawers or knobs he has to turn and pull out. But for now, these two aren't that difficult for him, which is why they are low on the list of mentally stimulating food options. Now, regardless, puzzle games do slow him down somewhat, and they're really great if you don't want to feed a full meal and just want to give a few pieces of food as a treat while giving them some brain exercise. Next up is one of my favorite ways to feed Rocket, and that is the Sniffle Mat. Now you've probably seen this smaller one in other videos, but we actually got a new, bigger, more complicated Sniffle Mat that I haven't showed you guys yet, so I wanted to make sure to pop that in this video. Sniffle mats are great because, of course, they slow down eating while also stimulating the dogs, while also replicating the foraging method that dogs would use for finding food in the wild. They have to snuffle, sniff, and snort through long pieces of cloth, just like they would grass outside. This larger one actually has a traditional sniffle mat built into it, as well as more complicated designs like little cups, flaps that you can put food under, and different designs that really force your dog to think about how to get the food out. Okay, so this one always causes a bit of barking and some noise as it rolls around on the floor, but it does keep Rocket occupied for the longest amount of time, sometimes up to 15 minutes, maybe a little bit more, and that method of feeding is the wobbler. So there's a few different kinds of wobblers out there. You can find a basic wobbler by Kong that you just put food in the top and it comes out the bottom, or you can find something like this, which actually has 2 levels of difficulty for the food. You put the food in the top here, this yellow cap screws off, and inside, don't mind Rocket's crumbs, but you can see that there is a little hole here that the food falls through. Now this yellow piece actually turns, and so you can adjust that hole and make it as big or as small as you want. We have it right now where it's complicated for him, but it will still fit, the size kibble that we're feeding. So down here is kind of the same idea. This is another door that can slide open or close, so you can set it up to be as hard as you want it to be or as easy. Now when the food goes in here, it doesn't just drop straight down from the top hole to the bottom. It actually goes in the top hole, and if you shake it or you hear your dog playing around with it, the food will like travel through different compartments in here, and there's probably like lines and pieces of plastic in here to block the food, and then it'll eventually come out of the bottom when they hit it around enough. Like I said, we just fill it up with food for Rocket, and he just hits it around and barks until the food comes out, and I really think that he has a lot of fun with it. It's great for us because it takes a bit of time, so it gives us a little break from the constant attention while also giving him some doggy entertainment. Finally, we'll also take the time to hand feed Rocket too. Now, when hand feeding, we're working on training as well, and we're practicing different tricks, and that is extremely mentally stimulating and rewarding for him. Hand feeding also reminds Rocket that the food comes from us and that it doesn't just magically appear in the Wobbler or on the Sniffle Mat or in these different methods of feeding. So when we hand feed, that can prevent any resource guarding, and it also gets Rocket used to having hands around his mouth, which is never a bad idea, especially when you're taking your dog to the vet. That's all for today. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. While you're at it, turn on the notification bell to never miss an Australian cattle dog video and stay up to date on all things growing up blue. And leave me a comment down below. I go through and read all of them and respond to you guys, so let me know, does your dog have any favorite puzzle games? Like I said earlier in the video, Rocket needs more of a challenge when it comes to puzzles, so feel free to link any of your favorites down below. And before I go, I just wanted to give all of you guys who have subscribed to our channel a huge thank you. We have just reached 100 subscribers, and I think we're actually a few over that by now, the time that this video is released. So I just wanted to say thank you for all of your support all the way. We started making these videos in June when we first learned that we would be getting a blue heeler puppy, and it has been such a journey so far with Rocket and all of you guys, and I can't wait to take you along as Rocket continues to grow and learn, and as we just have fun having a little blue heeler puppy to love. Also, if you haven't already watched it, I just posted a video of what I consider the best treats for teething puppies, and I'll put a link to that right here for you guys to check out. Thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you again next time. Bye!